Last week we took out our tile floors, so today we want to give you 5 things we wish we would have known before we did so.
All right, so first up is dust. There was a lot
So
of
much dust.
I want you to understand, like, the cabinet doors were closed and there was dust in the cabinets. There's
Dust
that
everywhere.
kind of dust, yeah.
Like we still have dust.
Yeah. So prepare for a lot of dust. We took plastic and we put on the doorways, and we probably should have did a better job of sealing up the doorways.
Like a double layer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that.
Pack up everything.
Anything that you don't want just covered in dust, because we didn't pack up everything, and so it was a lot of work. We had to take a lot of stuff in the garage. We had to blow it off with an air compressor. We had to try to clean up everything from just like little flowered pots and cute little wreaths and stuff like that. But it was an incredibly dusty mess.
Yeah, and then also like I said, we're still cleaning up dust a week later, so be prepared for cleaning up dust.
Yeah, for sure.
At least a week later.
Yeah. All right. Second, you're going to need to get the right stuff, and by the right stuff, we don't mean
not that one.
Not New Kids on the Block. Oh. And by the right stuff, here's what I mean: the right tools. You're going to need, obviously, like a crowbar or something to take up on your trim. You're also going to need some demo bags, not trash bags.
No.
The tile and stuff, when you bust all that up, it's
super
extremely sharp. It's just going to tear those bags up. We got some really heavy duty bags that we will link in the description below. The other thing that I would suggest is you want to get some kind of either a rotary hammer drill or a demo hammer. The demo hammer, obviously, most likely you probably don't own that. They're expensive. They're $500 or $600. We actually ended up renting one from Home Depot. It's about $75-ish a day, I think. So either that or just a rotary hammer drill. It's a little smaller, but that rotary hammer drill is going to, that's what we use to break the tile up. And we actually were hoping we could just do everything with that. But what we figured out was we had so much tile that we were taking up. We were taking up 400 or 500 square feet of tile that we decided to go ahead and rent the demo hammer, because it has a wider chisel. It's about 6 inches wide, to help speed up that process when it came time to take up the Thinset. So that's something you're going to want to consider.
Yeah. And then next thing, safety gear. You're going to want to get safety glasses, gloves, masks, because of all of the dust. You really don't want to breathe all of that in. Number
3, debris. There's going to be a lot of tile, depending upon how much you do.
Right.
But it's really heavy. Those bags that we bought are a 42-gallon bag, I believe. You can fill them up, and they're the same as like a big trash bag, but you can only fill them about a third of the way up. And even with that, they're about 100 pounds.
Yeah.
So they're extremely heavy. And we have like 20-something bags in our garage. And we're going to have to get rid of that. And so that's something to think about. Like, what am I going to do with all of this stuff? Because it's really heavy and you can't just like throw it in the garbage can on the street.
Yeah. And then just remember that the tile is super sharp, so be careful.
Yeah. Okay, number 4 is, this is extremely strenuous work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And I would suggest, if you can, get somebody to help you. Get some helpers.
Yeah, our helpers were 12 and 9, so bring in the kids.
Yeah, exactly. It actually was one of those things that once they got going, they enjoyed doing it. We just made sure that they had the safety gear to do everything, and we gave them appropriate jobs, whether it's just like sweeping up stuff, picking up the tile. I didn't have my 9-year-old running the rotary hammer drill.
Although he wanted to.
Yes, he wanted to. But I did let him pull up some trim. Just giving them appropriate jobs. Kids can kind of actually enjoy that. And so it is it was good. It was a good thing. So, but this is really hard work, and I think the hardest thing is that, like for us, we did such a big area. It took us 2 full days of like 6-8 hour hard days of just running the rotary hammer drill or the demo hammer or both in some form or fashion. And that demo hammer is extremely heavy, and it will wear you out. Last point is cost. I know for us, we did not know exactly what this was going to cost. We were pretty sure we would save money. So the cost for us was about $430. You could do that for less. We purchased a rotary hammer drill because I knew in the future we were probably going to also be pulling out some more tile. Thankfully, in a smaller room. But we went ahead and made that purchase. You wouldn't have to do that if you didn't want to. You could get by with just the demo hammer, rent that about $75-ish a day. You could probably do this entire project, the same size project we did for, maybe $250. But keep in mind something, when it comes to that demo hammer, when you rent that, what I found when I was using it, any place that was kind of a smaller space, it's a little bit hard to get into because it is big. You can almost kind of stand up and run it. So if you're getting into a tight corner or a tight space, it's a little bit of a challenge, but you could do tile and Thinset both with it. So when we called our local big box store and basically just asked them, hey, what do you guys charge to pull out tile before you install flooring? The quote was about $3 a square foot. We had about 500 square feet to pull out. So we knew up front, if we have somebody else do this, it's $1,500. We ended up spending about $430.
Plus fajitas.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, like it was a kitchen. So our kitchen was kind of out of commission for a few days. So you might think about that. If you're doing a kitchen or something like that, your kitchen's going to be out of commission. You're going to have a little bit of extra expense on going out to eat or grabbing some food to go or something along those lines.
All right, so that wraps up our 5 things we wish we would have known before we ripped out our tile. So hopefully this video helped you guys come up with a budget of your own, give you an idea of what it's going to cost. Maybe you're wanting to tackle this project or one similar to this on your own. So we did save around $1,000, which is going to help us to start our next project sooner rather than later because, y'all, we do it all with cash.
So if this has been helpful, be sure and like and subscribe. If you got a question for us, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to see this renovation in action, you can click on this video right here. And be sure and check back next week as we do videos and we drop them every Wednesday. So we can't wait to hear from you. Hope you have a great week. So if this has been helpful, be sure and like and subscribe. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Also remember that I forgot what else I was going to say.
And you're not looking at the camera!
There. Is that where it's at? All right. And other than that, we drop videos every Wednesday, so be sure and drop back by. And we'd drop back by? Seriously? It's a long time. I was 2 words from being done.